outnumber humans by 10 to 1, it's ESG Live with Chuck, Paul, and Ramier. Tonight, the newest electric scooters of 2021, including the Ghost, Phantom, Roadster, King Wolf, and Taur. Community content, news, and more. And now, your host, Chuck Temple!
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm feeling good. I got the purple and the blue behind me there. It looks awesome. So welcome to the show. If you're joining us, today's going to be all about the best new scooters of 2021. We've got 5 new ones for you. We've got the Apollo Phantom that just got released Friday, right? We got the Apollo Ghost, which we actually have a review coming up on this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to talk about the EMOVE Roadster. We're going to talk about the new King Wolf Warrior 72 volt Gold Edition, which should be arriving any day now. I don't know where it is. And then finally, we're going to be talking about a scooter that we've just seen on, I think it's Indiegogo or Kickstarter, one of those. And it's called the Taur or Tower or Taur, something. So pretty exciting. That's a real kind of interesting scooter from, a little bit of an outlier scooter over there. Thank you. And so, so that's coming up. This show, we also have coming up at the end of the show is the Facebook giveaway, which is sponsored by Apollo Scooters. It's going to be the Xiaomi Air Pump. It looks like a lock, but it's a pump, but you can actually use it to pump up your car. So that's cool. That's from Facebook. So anyway, thank you for joining us, whether you're on your phone, your tablet, your television, which is kind of cool to watch sometimes, or wherever you're on. We really appreciate that you're tuning in tonight. This is show number 71. If you'd like to check out our social media profiles, we've got a lot going on Instagram all the time. Random, just all the kinds of behind the scenes kind of stuff, that kind of deal. If you're on YouTube, you should definitely subscribe to us, right away. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and hit that notification bell if you want to be updated when we have the latest electric scooter videos coming out for you. And then finally, if you're on Facebook, right now we actually are live on Facebook as well as YouTube right now. So welcome to everybody on Facebook. We're streaming live, so welcome to all of you guys. And for those of you on that see this later, check out the Facebook group that's managed by none other than Mr. David Vosk. That guy, he's managing that group. We do basically every day there's something. That's where the Facebook giveaway is held. That comes later tonight. That's where you do Photo Friday, Mod Saturday, Scooter Ride Sunday, all kinds of good stuff. Just that's where the conversation's happening during the week. So anyway, speaking of Photo Friday, let's kick off the show with ESG's Photo Friday. So, the battle between the Philippines and the UAE. If you're following this saga, the UAE has now taken the lead with all 3 winners this week. Philippines, where are you guys at? Anyway, so honorable mention goes out to Joe Marie Anniversario with the Fido Q1S in Abu Dhabi. And Joe, you can see on this, first, look at the picture. I'll say, Joe Marie said, thank you. This is the quote from Joe Marie. Thank you, David Voss. First, I would like to thank all my family and to all my friends for supporting me. God bless to all and ride safe. And then we have a little picture of, all the other groups that they mentioned. Runner up this week is Clarence, or how else do you, I don't know how you should say it. Clarence Lance Burgos with a Kugu G2 Pro in Abu Dhabi. Photo taken by Lance Nihel Burgos. So on the near win, Clarence said, quote, thank you, David Vosk, ESG family. And so bunch of shout outs. You can see all the shout outs. I used to say them all And now it just takes a long time. But it's better you can just read them right there. And they wanted to say big shout out to my son, Lance Nihal Burgos. So shout out to the son. And the winner this week with 82 likes on this photo is you've seen him before, Bro J Martinez. Let's give a round of applause to Bro J Martinez. Yeah, with the 010X in Abu Dhabi. The photo was taken by Alexander Ronquillo Utlang, and he said, aim high, fly high. Anyway, and he won. And on the win, Brode said, thank you, David Vostu and the ESG family. And here's a screenshot. He also said, the epic comeback team Abu Dhabi UAE, make some noise. So congratulations to, the Abu Dhabi riding groups over there that you guys are supporting each other and taking some awesome photos and all those kinds of things. But before we move on, we did have a photo coming in. It's a little political in nature, so I need to, warning. And if anybody is a political junkie or real, this way or that way, please avert your eyes at this moment because we have a photo of none other than Bernie Sanders. He apparently was hanging out on the rear wheel of a Wolf Warrior. So anyway, honorable mention goes out to David Vosk for posting this winning photo right here. Awesome. Okay, and now a quick commercial break sponsored by U Scooters.
That they catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty, dirty.
And dirty. Hey.
Dirty. What's up, Ramier?
What's up, Chuck? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? How's the weekend? How's the football? I know you're watching football this weekend.
Oh yeah, football. The Buccaneers won. I was going for them. The Packers had an epic meltdown, I think, in the last quarter, but
actually I didn't follow it this weekend.
So the Packers played the Bucs. So Tom Brady beat Aaron Rodgers, but he really beat the coaching staff of the Green Bay Packers. And then the Chiefs, they beat the Bills, but it's okay.
That's right. That's right. So Mahomes back in the Super Bowl.
He's back.
Right? And he had a concussion the week before. I can't believe they let him play.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the NFL.
It is the end of the season, and all that good stuff. So, anyway,
we got a couple.
I got the big head.
You got the big head going on.
No, this is the effect we're trying to do here.
Yeah, we're trying to liven up the show. But other than that, I watched UFC too.
How was that? What did you think?
I was having some problems watching it. But
Me too, man. Me too. That ESPN app. I heard Dana White was going after the illegal streamers.
Didn't catch me. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently, basically everybody had to illegally stream it because, the ESPN app you couldn't get it.
They dropped the ball. But how was your weekend? What did you do?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to watch the UFC. That's my phone.
That's Chuck's
new phone.
Damn it.
I got a new phone. Shit. Go move your car. Luckily, I had already moved my car. I thought I turned the volume down, but I didn't turn the volume down. I don't really know how to use it yet. I got the phone yesterday. I switched from Android to iPhone for the first time ever, and just to shake my world up a little bit, Anyway, ESPN app works on it now. But yeah, so I watched that, and then actually Barry, I'm looking at you. I won my first pickleball tournament. I finally beat Barry.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I mean, he got first in the kind of individual round robin where it's kind of randomized or whatever, right? But then when you took the top four and the top four played and we played, 3 games with different, everybody plays with everybody, that to me is the true measure of who's the best pickleball player.
Who was number one? Tell us.
I smoked
Tell
I
us.
smoked it. I went 3-0. I won 11-4, 11-4, and 12-10.
Well,
so my over-under was I was plus 14.
Congrats, Chuck. You're the big dog on the pickleball court
for
now.
1 week until next week, and then we'll see what happens. But anyway, it was fun. Anyway, let's get back to the show.
All right, we got Scooter Ride Sundays.
Yes.
Community content, we have two things, but we start off with Scooter Ride Sundays. That's where people share their group rides, with their family, their friends. We love to see you guys ride in groups, and we just love community content, so keep it coming. So first up, we have a video from Sid Arriesgados on Facebook and OTRP Rides on YouTube. Let's check this out.
Didn't really have a full charge. We started at 52.7.
Let me turn up the volume a little bit.
Not notice it, guys, but we are on the intercom.
Night
There's
ride.
The whole range of riders out here.
It's kind of
So
wet
our
too.
starting point is at QC
Riding with the
area.
cars.
The end destination is at Intramuros. Current
Where are they
power
going?
settings, dual hub,
Intramuros.
max settings.
This is fully in traffic. Do you ride next to all these cars, Ramier, like
Yep.
this? What was that?
What was that?
That sounded like E-Honda.
Now,
Or when you go into a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anyway, that is cool. That is cool. All right, next up, we got another video from Alexander Ronquillo Utlang on Facebook and YouTube. This was posted video. Oh, this is really cool. Yeah,
Okay.
let's just listen to it. I basically like to do this show
Hey, yo, Jim, man, won't you?
for all the people out there.
Is that Snoop?
You know how you do it, man.
It is?
It's
Come
Oh,
on.
it
I don't
is?
even believe we're together right now.
Coming to you live from the
But
UAE.
tell your story. You know the one I like. Right? Say it.
Everybody's got their scooters on point. This is so cool.
Okay, nice.
I mean, it's cool. Everybody that's riding has really cool lights. You notice that? There's no scooters that aren't tricked out over there.
This world we're thrown
That's really cool.
Look at that.
like a dog without a bone, an actor out of
What kind of road are they on?
riders.
I mean, these guys in the UAE, man, they got, I think it's UAE, and man, they got the nicest roads to ride on. It's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah.
Okay, we have our next one. It's from Richard. Where is he from? In Mindanao. How you say that?
Mindanao.
Mindanao, Philippines.
Of course. Mindanao.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Group ride. Every single video from the Philippines are a group ride too. So they ride deep out
They
there.
roll deep. They super roll deep.
I like that.
I remember I was in the Philippines one time just on vacation. I was by myself for a weekend, and they wouldn't let me take pictures by myself. They were like, "Why were you by yourself?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just traveling by myself for this weekend."
Okay.
They're so nice, man. The people in the Philippines are just nicest people in the world, and good taste in music.
This is your style, Chuck?
Yeah, man. I like the music people choose in this stuff. You know.
Cool.
All right. What's
All right.
next? What's
so
next?
in addition to Scooter Ride Sundays, we have my favorite part of the show, Mod Sundays, where people show their upgrades, their accessory mods. I love mods because I can't do no mod myself, so I love to see it. So first up, we have Benji Leonis. He showed his new tires.
Yeah.
Pop that up. He has a video and a collage.
Yeah, he put some big tires on that 09.
It's 8.5 by 3.
Yeah, super wide. So it's actually the same diameter, but just wider, which will really help that ride out.
Yeah.
It just I didn't know it could handle that, but apparently I don't know. Maybe he can give us an update next week to see how that ride turned out.
Yeah, give us some.
Be
a part of Scooter Ride Sunday.
Yeah, give us some feedback on that, and we'll get it in the show if we can get an update. Okay, next, quick video actually with some music. This is Jan Andriel.
Wait, Chuck. I think we have a super chat.
Oh, what? Hold on, let me get the little.
Whoa! Wait, where's
Hold
that?
on, hold on.
Zoop.
Zoop. What do we got? What's going on in the super chats? Let me find it. Oh, Fred Frezzi. Wow, $20. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, Fred.
Hey, that's so nice. That's so nice. And hey, by the way, I should mention this. If you have questions for ESG, for us to answer on the show, just hit @Electric Scooter Guide. We'll get to that either at the end if it's a general question, or if it's about one of the scooters that we're going to talk about, we'll get it during that section. So those will pile up. David Vosk, I think, is on the live chat doc, which he'll paste stuff, and then I'll be able to see it on my laptop right here. Anyway, okay. Next up, Jan Andrel Magbujos on Facebook and Jed Magbujos on YouTube, showing off the custom Aux O deck.
Ha! Look at that.
Yippity! I mean, this is like, this is my new favorite scooter, right, Ramier?
Yes, I know. You would like. Go ahead, Paul.
Oh, Paul.
It looks like they found a way to make the OXO deck more slippery.
That's a good one, Paul. Hold on, give Paul the sound effect for that. How do we do a sound effect? It's too late. Anyway, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, Paul. Yeah, no, that deck. I hope they. Man, I don't know what.
Yeah.
That actually, I never thought of that for when you're modding out those
plexi
decks.
Yeah, and they're gonna scratch too. Like you get anything on your shoe and
for
step
sure
on
they're
it. I don't know how that works.
But it's the slipping that I'd be really worried about.
You just don't ride in the wet. I mean, you have a blinged out scooter that blinged out. You probably don't want her to get it wet anyway. So beautiful scooter though. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, we
All
have
right, next up.
a pretty wet video coming up next from Rolando Rivera showing off his durability.
Oh my goodness!
Look at this! Look at this water.
I mean, this guy is straight doing his own IP rating. He should just contract with the manufacturers to do their IP tests. Just spray that damn thing.
He's got more stuff hanging off of there than like a CHP cruiser. It's like I can see a little parking ticket just printing up out of
That's
there.
right. Like that guy right there. All right, so next up, we've got Adis Hadsik showing off a custom scooter build. I kind of like this. So we were actually looking at it to try to figure out what scooter this was.
Yeah.
And I think we've got it. I think, and you can put it in the chat if you think it's right, but I think it's a 09 actually, based upon the rear kind of spring suspension that looks like hydraulic, and then the fact that they're red and everything else. So that's cool. And then they got the custom cap and everything. Anyway, pretty cool. Hey, we got another quick update. We got another super chat coming in.
Who is it?
From Nick From Nick. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. It's Nick U. Very cool. All right. You're next.
Next, we have Tejak Tikas. I think he's been on here before. With E-Scoot, 10 mods, and Milan, Italy.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It looks like a cool scooter. I mean,
yeah, it's decorated. It's nice. Mm-hmm. What type of? I can't see from here what type of scooter that is. But
yeah, I can't see either. But it's got, I think it might be something.
E-Scoot?
Damn it, Chuck.
Can you
I think you snoozed.
You
did. This is gonna happen every 10 minutes.
We have a phone and laptop check. I'm sorry, but I'm always the one that says it. Richie said it today. I'm like, yeah, of course I got it. I turned my volume all the way down, but I guess it doesn't work for alarms.
Okay, I think
Anyway,
we
we got another super chat.
Wow.
What's going on here?
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, geez. We got $55 in NOK money. Is that North Korean money? How much is that worth?
I don't know. Is it the stock? Nokia? Nah.
Oh, Nokia stock. It could be 55 Nokia stocks.
Nah. But anyway, let's read it. Let's read what he has to say.
It's Tormund Torgensen, whose name I recognize. Oh, shoot. Mike Suarez, another super chat coming in. Holy cow. Now, that NOK is definitely not dollars because it would have a dollar sign. I think we got North Korean money. I'm not sure we can accept this. We're going to get banned from
the show. One of the places that we get that the show gets blocked is North Korea. Like whenever we get a copyright thing on the songs. So,
North Korea really hates us. Anyway, guys, thanks for making up for the monetization that we can't do on this show.
Norwegian.
What's that? Norwegian. Norwegian. Oh, that's why his name is Tormund Torgerson.
Thank you, Brandon
Hey,
Smith.
it's very cool.
Help
I
us
love
out.
that the show is so like widespread and so global. It's just like, it's,
Not in North Korea, global.
yeah, not in North Korea.
Not over
That's
here.
true. But everywhere else in Norwegian is awesome.
That's good because
Hey.
this way we don't get our accounts frozen.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We cannot have that happen. All right. Moving on.
Last
on.
one. Go ahead,
All
Jim.
right. Where are we at here? So, Francis? Oh, yeah. Hey, Francis. You've seen Francis before. Francis May Mejia, who has won Photo Friday with her custom blue Eno Kim chopper. Anyway, she's showing it off what it looks like during the day and at night. And this is one of the most beautiful looking scooters. I mean, this picture doesn't even do it justice. I've seen other pictures that are just phenomenal. Anyway.
We have another super
What?
chat.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Smokes.
What's going on here?
Making it rain up
Hey.
here.
Review.
Let's do another review. I think they may have super chatted us. I've seen that person. Maybe they super chatted us before. Anyway.
Either way,
Man,
thank
thanks
you.
for the support. Thanks, support us in any way you can. Share our content, give us the upvote, give us some money. That helps, of course, get that coffee money and everything. Hey, we really appreciate it. Okay. So, reminder, hey, if you want to be part of the Facebook community, get on the show, all that kind of stuff, get on the Facebook group. Although you don't actually have to. Pro tip, in the video description, there is a link to our Dropbox account. All you do is just upload your file there. And then that way we don't have to rip it, which sometimes lowers the quality. And then we can play it in all its glory. And it might even be quicker for you. You don't have to make a YouTube account or Facebook account
It'd be
or whatever.
quicker for us, for sure.
It is quicker for us, for sure. That's true. All right, cool. All right, so moving on. So let's talk about the next scooters to review and what's come out. So this morning, we had the big reveal of the top 5 scooters in the rain. That was actually, I think that came about during it's actually been being worked on since that show we did on the winter, the top tips for scooting in the winter was actually a really phenomenal show that we got a great feedback on. Paul's been working on deck traction. What are the different measurements that you put in there, Paul?
Oh my gosh, so many. Deck traction, tire traction, wet and dry, deck traction, wet and dry, fender protection angle, so that's kind of what direction the water sprays off the back tire.
Yep.
Braking distance in
Braking
the rain.
distance in the wet, yep.
And I forget what else.
There's
Just general
many.
ride
Tires?
quality in the rain.
What was it?
Yeah, I mean,
IP rating.
what I thought
IP
was,
rating, of course.
yeah, that one for sure. But what I thought was really cool is that we started doing tests that we haven't done before, which mean, and as far as I know, no one's done it. So Paul's sitting there with fishing
right.
weight measurements, pulling on scooters to see how much traction each one had against each other. He was pulling shoes with weights on them to mimic a person to see how much pressure anyway. The video really doesn't even do that justice because the video we kind of have to get to the point and you can't just see all the work that went into it. But it's like I'm proud of you guys for kind of getting all this done. And so that was Paul and then Ramier in charge of the video. And we have a really quick we're going to show you the intro to this video. If you haven't seen it though, we'll paste it in the description or the live chat. You should check it out after the show. But here's a quick intro for that video.
It's winter, it's raining, and you want to ride your electric scooter. We've used exclusive new data from ESG Labs and over 20 years of our own all-weather commuting experience.
To select the best scooter to ride in the rain, you need a scooter with an IP rating, great wet traction, large pneumatic tires for stability and control, rear wheel drive for traction while accelerating, fender protection so you don't end up with a racing stripe, and good deck grip to keep you and the scooter going in the same direction. So let's count down the 5 best electric scooters for riding in the rain. Number 5, Fido. The Fido Q1S is a
So yeah,
Yeah. I mean, so anyway,
check that out.
You got to check that one out. Okay, so we had that drop this morning. Also, there is the website that really goes into depth and explains the methodology that we use for testing. And as it turns out, I mean, we're not going to spoil it or anything, but like as it turns out, some of the scooters you've heard of made it to the top 5, and this is like fully based on data, which is awesome. So anyway, check out the link to the website article. It's in the video description. We also had the release of the top 10 fastest scooters in the world according to data, and that is not a video, that is a web release only for now. That's another one that Paul's been really, this is Paul's baby. He's been working on it. He's checking in with all kinds of people besides us to figure that out. Paul, I don't know if you want to mention just a little bit of how you kind of came across this data.
Yeah, I feel like I had twins this week. This is wonderful. It's like finally getting to see everything come out, and the images that Richie got in there were fantastic. Richie, the images that Richie got on the website were amazing. But yeah, that top 10, the fastest scooters, that was a huge project, documenting it all, because some of them are kind of elusive scooters that are hard to come, and just even finding the data. There's a few we didn't have. We use data, but we do invite anybody, any of those manufacturers, send us a scooters, and we'll get, we'll update it and get the latest and greatest stuff in there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an ongoing updating list.
Yep. It's like a leaderboard. It's basically a leaderboard of the fastest scooters. We can only use data if it's like legit data. So of course we have, consistent data. We have the same testing methods and everything else. But if someone else has like real GPS data on a flat track, right? We'll use that too. And there's some scooters that we haven't been able to get our hands on that we want to get that data in there that we've used estimates for. Yeah. Right. Well,
but the stuff that's in there really is, it's real GPS data. Just we don't have the full acceleration curve on a few of them, but we do have solid, some pretty solid top speed numbers. It's just that we didn't generate them. We would like to generate those. It's just the top, I think it's like 4 of them that where we've used external data, and then we've made that really clear on the website what's from us and what's from outside. But I have really high confidence in the numbers that the other top speed numbers that we have.
For sure. Yeah. I was gonna say we just need to go visit Andrew Stone over there in Dallas Fort Worth, the DFW, right? He's got everything. Yeah, he's got them all. Anyway,
or we get to hit up that guy that posted on our rain video about the 12 scooters he's got that go 60 to 80 miles an hour.
That's right. These are the fastest. Like, all right, well, this is about the rain, but anyway, blame
it on the rain. No,
do it, man. I know this is your solo time. Let me just turn down the mics on.
No. Go ahead. Next scooters to review.
All right, so the Ghost review's coming out. A lot of people have been asking us. Basically every day, I'm getting questions. When's the Ghost review coming out? The rain review. The Ghost review is coming out. The live show next week will be about the Ghost. We're going to have Apollo on the show next week. And then the review will either drop that morning right after the show or Wednesday at 9 a.m., depending on when it gets done. So somewhere around, Tuesday, Wednesday. That Ghost, we're going to actually talk about it today, too. Because it is one of the big releases for 2021. And it's not there's stuff to talk about with that scooter. It's in there. It's definitely something that people are going to be, looking at pretty hard, I think. So, and then finally, the King Wolf Warrior is supposedly on its way. I know it's on its way. It just needs to get here. There's an issue with shipping, as happens with large scooters. It happens to you guys. It happens to us too, right? It's COVID. It's shipping. It's big stuff. They get damn, whatever. Okay, real quick. It's time for the deal of the week. Apollo is having a flash sale on the Apollo Explorer right now. So you've got the Apollo Explorer going from $12.99 to $10.99. Not only that, but also they're still giving away a free accessory or upgrade with each purchase. And then also, if you're in the U.S., until this changes, but they're not charging sales tax. I don't understand why, how, whatever. But, it's a good deal. So check out the link to that is I think it should be in the pinned comment. At least it's in the video description, but it might even be in the pinned comment.
And I think you don't get the accessories with the $100 off though. It's in the fine print right there.
Yeah, you don't get $100. If you use the $100 discount code, you don't get it. But if you don't use it, you get I think it's either or.
Yep, that sounds right.
Okay. Cool. But it's on sale for $10.99 either way, right?
Smoking deal.
So it's a good, Okay, cool. A quick commercial break sponsored by Voro Motors, and then we're going to get into the deep dive best scooters of 2021. Here we go. All right, so we're back. So the top scooters of 2021. All right, so we found what are the most interesting scooters for 2021. Those scooters are, and we're going to talk about each one in order. First the Apollo Phantom, then the Apollo Ghost, then the EMOVE Roadster, then the King Wolf Warrior, and then the Taur, which is, if you haven't seen the Taur, it's interesting. During each section, you can ask questions. If you have a question for us that you want us to answer, just hit @electricscooterguide in your chat. It'll like make it orange or whatever. We'll be able to see it. We're going to try to answer that within that particular segment. So, before we move on, if you have general questions, we'll do Q&A, basic Q&A about any scooter at the end. I'm hoping we have time. So, the big one is the Apollo Phantom. That was the one, and I'm joined here by Paul.
Hey, good to be here.
Yes, Paul, how you doing?
Awesome. Very excited for 2021 and all these scooters.
Yeah, I'm excited for 2021 to not be 2020.
Yeah.
Also that, and we got Ramier over here too.
Hey, I'm still here.
He's still here. So let's talk about what we know about the Phantom. So Chris emailed me yesterday with some updated specs. I asked him if I could, mention them on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's Chris from Apollo.
Yes, sorry, yeah. Chris from Apollo. So here's the deal, okay? So top speed up to 40 miles per hour. Mm-hmm. Range up to 40 miles. Of course, we're going to be testing all this stuff as soon as we get it, and I believe we're getting it first. Motors, we've got dual 1,200 watt nominal, 4,000 watts peak. So interesting. We've got a battery that is the Dynavolt 5223, so 52 volt, 23 amp hour. And then with a 60 volt available later this year. Right now it's dual disc brakes, 160 millimeter. However, it looks like there's going to be hydraulic brake option coming out later. They've got a new suspension system, which, I think we're going to talk about here. It's a quad. They're calling it the QSS or quad suspension system. They've got a new display on that thing. The tires are going to be 10 inches by 3.25 inches wide, and a 1,000 lumen headlight, 2 front deck lights, 2 turn signal lights, and of course the rear footless. Now what's new is that they have the weight confirmed. It will be a 76-pound scooter, so just a pound or so lighter than the Apollo Pro. And then the price is not finalized, but it's going to be somewhere around the $2,000 mark. So again, really close to the Apollo Pro. And they're still testing that IP rating, but it's kind of expected to be IP54. What do you guys think about this one?
Yeah, it's an interesting scooter because it's so close to the Pro in terms of its specs.
That's right.
You'd almost normally you see a company doing this, you think, oh, they're going to be replacing this one, and it almost reminds me of like when Porsche brought out the Porsche 928, but they still had the 911 because here's the new one, but we're not taking the old one away in case everybody still loves the old one.
Yeah. I wonder what, to me, if they're going to have hydraulic option, 60 volt option.
Right. Exactly like the Pro had.
It should, and a better suspension.
Yeah.
And then,
it's the same battery.
Without even talking about some of the other things that we noticed, on paper, it looks to be better than the Pro.
A little lighter, the same watt hours. I can't say it's the same battery because I don't know if it's using the Dynavolt and
they're saying they're using the Dynavolt, and the current one is.
I don't know if they're using.
I can't remember.
But watt hours is the same.
Yeah, watt hours is the same. It's the same configuration. So I wonder if they're gonna drop the Apollo Pro or still kind of have it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does seem like an improvement all around. I love the wide tires are always a good thing. And then the suspension, I'm very curious about the move to the suspension.
Yeah.
That is the most curious thing of all to me because it's not cheaper to add more shocks to a scooter, and so you've got to have a reason for it. One of the things I can see is it actually doesn't get in the way of the motion of the suspension, and so you can get a little more range of motion if you move the shocks out to the side than if you have it up kind of occupying the same space as the tire and everything else.
Okay.
And so you could get a little more. You can potentially get a little more travel in there. I would love it. I would love to find out that they're hydraulic, that there's some real damping in there.
The images look like they're spring, right?
Yeah.
But there could be a tube inside, right?
Yeah, there's always even a hydraulic, you can have the coilovers basically is what I'm hoping for. Is where it's got the coil on the outside and a little hydraulic damping up the middle. But we'll see. We'll find out. That's the thing I'm the most curious about.
Interesting. What about you, Ramier?
I'm more interested on how it handles at high speeds. I see Apollo in the comments saying it's going to be less bouncy than the Pro. So, if I can go fast and be solid,
that sounds good to me.
That sounds like a great scooter to me. And they had an interesting keynote that I liked a lot too. But go ahead, Paul.
Oh no, that really is actually the one thing about the Apollo Pro. When you really get going fast, it's like you want it to stay settled down, and that would be a big improvement, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be on board with that. Can't wait till it comes out. Is it a release date? Let's see if they say anything.
I don't think there's a date.
He says June, July, maybe.
June, July. Okay. Not a date, but close to a date. Yeah. Shout out to Apollo for chilling in the live chat and helping out answering these questions.
For sure.
We can see here, so you can see the display in this picture right here. And to me, that's one of the things that I think has been a little kind of overdue on a lot of the scooters. They've all had like the QSS4s for like forever. And it's so nice to see these high contrast, larger displays coming out. And I really like it in the middle too, because then, that's kind of the direction you're looking when you're riding.
Yeah, you don't have to look down to the right. Yeah. You can hopefully just look barely down to the middle, which is where you should be traveling, so you don't miss that speed, that pothole that's in the road. And if there's some intelligence in that thing, to actually look and see how you've been riding a little bit to know how many true miles are left.
That's exciting too.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, but we're also used to that on our cars now. Your car just, you don't even look at the tank so much anymore. Just like how many miles have I got left? And if it's a tough thing to do because how do they know what kind of hills you're heading towards?
Yeah, they can't know that. I don't assume that it's based on riding data. I wouldn't assume that there's that much intelligence in it.
But sometimes.
But maybe.
Better and better, so who knows?
You know what? But it'd be really cool is if it had some kind of mini computer that could be updated, and then someone could just write a little program and
just do a little look back. What was the last?
I don't know.
What was the last 5 miles like? Okay, the next 5 might be like that.
Could be like that. Yeah. I mean, but no matter what, right? That compared with say you're about to ride the 9-bot Max and it's got two bars.
Yeah.
You don't really know what to 1 bar.
Right.
It could be 10 miles.
Am I going to get there?
It could be a half a mile.
Yeah.
Right. And you just don't know. And I've been stuck many times on scooters when I wasn't doing a range test.
Apollo, they just answered one of my questions. They said it will be big dog approved. So big scooter. I'm coming for it.
Let's hear it.
I just did it.
Oh, okay. It sounded so tiny.
We can't too much air.
Okay. So I think that is cool. I appreciate the thumb throttle, and actually, we've tried out different thumb throttles. We've seen it on the Ludicrous. We've seen EMOVE Touring, right? Gave us some different options. I know people get it for Apollo Pro scooters and things like that. They're not always the best though, right? I actually kind of. There's a reason why the 9-bot Max, the Xiaomis, these really entry-level scooters, they're just so easy because the that little hook is so close to the handle, and based on the rendered photos that we got, it does seem like the comfortability for the thumb throttle, I'm hoping will be really good. I'm hoping.
So you're saying people put the thumb throttles on the Pros now? Already?
Yeah, I've seen mods. I believe Apollo sells it. And
that was my next question.
Yeah, I totally could be wrong. I get them messed up sometimes, but Apollo probably remind me that they do or they don't. But I thought that they, you can basically just pop out the, you just swap it out. The thing that really I noticed from the picture, and again, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. I don't know, whatever. Is the latch, is the folding mechanism. And if you look really close at the stem picture, you'll notice that they, for the first time, right, are not using a collar style stem mechanism, which should be a glorious moment for everybody that's ridden a Dualtron, that's ridden anything with a collar style stem. They are prone to some wobble. It's so hard to get that. It's just the physics of it. I've just never really found one that is really rock solid without adding stuff to it. And so what it looks like, it looks like they're using a latch style mechanism that we have seen, similar to the one that we've seen on the OXO, similar to a 9-bot Max, where you got that little claw hook, right? And then you cinch it up. Those are all so rock solid. And so I've got high hopes for the build quality and the stem to just be rock solid on this scooter.
It's also interesting to see the changes or the evolution in the Apollo decks lately. We've been so used to the sort of hexagonal, interlace hexagonal pattern with grip tape that we've had on all.
I like that, hexagonal.
Yeah.
That's an awesome word.
And now we've got the Ghost came out, and it was just like black and white. And now we've got the rubber deck on the Phantom. So very curious to see what that's like.
We're going to ask them maybe next week when they're on the show about like what's the reasoning behind the deck? Because I know they put a lot of work. I think they even had...
They're so recognizable.
I thought they said they had an artist design the deck, and that's why that Apollo Explorer just looks so fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's cool. And then, the last thing that I noticed was just the fact that, like, again, along with that non-collar, that the new latch mechanism, which I really think will be a game changer, is... They finally a dual motor B scooter added a light at the top, which is something we've been talking about in terms of safety forever. Forever, since 2 years ago now. So they finally put one at the top, and it's not some rinky dink, 500 lumen light. It's 1,000 lumens. Hopefully it's got really good optics, and it really, gets on the road real nice. So I mean,
they said they kind of went nuts with the lights on this one. So hopefully we'll get lots of lights.
So that plus, again, I saw another image of the turn signals, right? So I think it's going to have turn signals.
Because the switch is the same as like on the Mantis.
Yeah, it has a switch, but the other thing is the problem. I love the Cruiser, but the problem with the turn signals is you don't really see them.
No.
Right.
Well, and you can't tell if they're on. Well, actually, no, they beep at you. So.
They do beep, right? But the thing is like, but also it's hard to get that switch back to the middle. Yeah. Right. It's like I don't know when I'm on the
EMOVE Cruiser.
So with this, I do see a kind of large double stacked light. I don't know if we have an image of it. It's hard to see, but I was like really looking close at that.
It's in our website article for sure.
Okay, yeah, you check out the website article. So because
we have a kind of a preview article on our website about
just
the
like
Phantom.
our thoughts and stuff. So so I mean, it looks great. I mean, overall, I'm pretty excited.
I hope the indicators work, because on the Mantis 8, it's a nice little switch. It's rubberized. It feels really good, and you can see there are these little like mustard lights. They used to call them these little windows where they turn signal indicators could light up.
They flash at you and let you know they're on.
Don't light up on the Mantis 8. I'm really hoping they light up on the Phantom and let you know the turn signal's on, because otherwise, I'm just not going to use them. Yeah,
that would be cool. Okay. All right. So, are there any? Let's see if there's any questions about. I don't think there's any particular questions. Let me refresh my thing. If you guys have questions about these individual scooters, just hit @Electric Scooter Guide, and boom. Someone did ask review about the Apollo Phantom. So I believe that we will. I think we're getting that scooter somewhere in the February-ish timeframe, which means 2 3 weeks from then we'll have a full review out. So I think we're slated for around March for a review on the Phantom. That's Glenn Tott's Vlogs and E's question. Okay, let's move on to the Apollo Ghost.
Oh, and everybody, just remind everybody to take notes, because there will be a quiz later. We're going to have a survey later, so.
There you go. Oh yeah, we are going to have a survey on which scooter you are, most excited about. So the Ghost. Let's talk about the Ghost. Ghost. We're not going to get too deep into it, because we do have the review coming out next week. Ghost. Yes. Okay. What do you have to say about the Ghost, Ramier?
For me, without saying too much, you guys will see my Big Dog report in the review next week. But I think it's the next step from the Explorer. How the Explorer was great for big dogs. It was a great scooter, and I think if you want to get into that dual motor range, and this is a great entry point. Great price point.
Yeah.
Pass it to you guys.
Yeah. I mean, Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's right in between the Explorer and the Pro.
Let's talk about the price so people know what we're talking about.
MENTI right in there. It's $1,599
It's $1,599 MSRP, but it's $1,500 right now.
That's right. Yeah.
And I know Apollo doesn't want to get it too close to the next higher up model, so I'm hoping that it stays around $1,500.
Yeah.
14, 15.
But the performance is pretty amazing, and I spilled the beans on a
It
couple.
It is. Last
numbers.
week's
actually, I already
show,
spilled
you
it.
actually spilled the beans.
Yeah.
Someone asked,
Yeah.
and we didn't know. We actually didn't know.
No, and I just pulled it up and read
You
the number
were
off.
you
I'm
were
like, oops.
researching as we
Yeah.
continued the show, and then you pulled it.
Yeah.
But you could say
But
it.
at that $1,500 range, it was the absolute fastest thing from like 0 to 15 that we've checked. And then I'll spill one more detail. And and this is a big one. This is a big one. Is that it had our measured top speed. Actually, a prominent reviewer of scooters got it wrong this week, and it wasn't wrong way. I wouldn't mean to almost say the wrong way because it was not him. He's very accurate. But anyway, somebody got it wrong, and they said the top speed was 34 miles an hour. It was not.
Not even close.
It was over 38. I think it's 38.4 miles an hour, which beats, and this is the big one, it beat our Mantis Pro in top speed. Now, Mantis Pro off the line was much faster. Okay, I won't get into all the details. We'll get into that later, but faster than Mantis Pro.
Yeah.
Top speed.
For me, right, the story here is I think it's the best entry-level dual motor scooter out there. I mean, it's
agreed.
It is, because the price is right in there with people that are, maybe they don't want to spend, 17, 18, 19, 2,000, right? But they can do a little more than the 12, 13. And so it's like, it's in this like middle zone. So it's a really, for somebody that's owned like a 09 or Apollo City or even a 9-bot Max, something. So they're going to their next scooter, but they really want to try out a dual motor scooter, and they don't want, like one without power. This scooter, it has the power of a $2,000 scooter at $1,500. I think that's one big point for me. Second thing for me is the portability factors are also as good as it gets for a dual motor. So the portability, it's got folding handlebars, it latches down to the deck, right? So you've got that, plus it's not a super heavy scooter, so it has portability for days. And then also, I kind of like the lights, the deck lights that are blue, and it's kind of contrasting with the red.
It's just a great package all around. It's got and it's it punches above its weight in so many ways.
For sure.
And even the brakes, they're mechanical brakes, but they have the grab and the power that you'd expect to have a disc brake.
Yeah, they did a good job. It's an all around. I mean, the review's going to be positive. It's not you can't put it up there against a $2,500 scooter, but against other scooters that are like the kind of entry level dual motor, it does. I think it does a great job.
Yeah, I think so. And another thing too, as well, like the performance, the price. But one thing about other entry dual motors, they don't have the warranty and the backing of a company like that. So to have that warranty and someone you can reach out to at that price point, and get those performance, I think it's cool. Because there's other scooters you can get that's like
well,
dual motor, but
I mean, we've talked about
we had some problems.
Yeah, no, we've had the people talk about Nan Robot or getting stuff from Alibaba, AliExpress, and it's a kind of a AliExpress, Alibaba is that's the only time you're going to compete with this Apollo Ghost in terms of what you're getting for the price. But to back it up with a legit company, which is what this industry really needs. The industry does not need the AliExpresses blowing people's batteries up in their houses. That is not going to help this industry, and that will happen, right? And you don't need scooters where you're stuff that happened on our Nan Robot. You don't want that necessarily. So
on the value side, this really reminds me of when Porsche brought out the Boxster underneath the 911. It's something where you pay, and I actually did the numbers on this today. You pay 64% of the dollars, and you get 80% of the power.
Okay.
And so good value ratios there.
Nice. Okay, we have a couple questions. So one was on the Phantom. So someone asked, has anyone seen an actual prototype of the Phantom? And I don't believe so. All the pictures look like renders to me. So I don't believe so. But again, Apollo probably answer that better. Jamari Mack is asking, when introducing the Ghost, it would be cool to use a snippet of the theme music from Space Ghost cartoon. I guess that's for I don't know that. I don't know that
Space
one.
Ghost. This is the guy with the white costume with the black.
Is that right?
I
Is
think
that
so.
right?
It's a cartoon.
Hey guys, we're almost at 200 viewers. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened before?
Yeah.
It may have happened during the summer, right? When
Thanks, everybody. This is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
like
the Apollo
it's
Pro.
like a party in here.
Nah, it's great. Hey, if we can get past 200, we're gonna have to do a dance or something.
Chuck is gonna have to.
I'll do a quick dance.
Chuck is gonna do a dance.
Oh no, we're dropping. Nobody wants to see the dance. All right, share it with your friends.
Heading for the exits.
So let's see. I think we're good on the Ghost. Any other thing? All right, let's move on. Okay, so the next scooter. So real quick, the one that the Apollo Ghost is going to compete with, and this is new as well, is actually the dual motor Mantis 8.
Oh yes.
Which we didn't plan to talk about that today, but just because we were going through the show and we're like, okay, the Ghost, and then. What does that even compete with?
That is going to be a battle. I'm so looking forward to that because I love the Mantis 8 single motor, but I just wish it had more power. It's kind of like the Ox and the Oxo.
Yes.
When it was like just that one thing, one more thing I wanted. And so I'm really, really looking forward to the dual motor Mantis 8. And I think that versus a Ghost is going to just be like this value showdown. Ooh, I think I just named the thumbnail.
The value showdown. I like it. Cool. Okay, so I asked Fluid Free Ride to send us that scooter because we love that Mantis 8 so much. And it's been my daily commuter until I didn't have stairs anymore, and now I can ride other scooters. Now I'm riding that Oxo like every day. But that Mantis 8, we really like it. It's so smooth, suspension so good, deck it's just so solid, and everything that was issues with the original Mantis with the stem. Man, they just fixed that. It's over the moon solid now. Yeah. So it's very cool. Next up is the EMOVE Roadster.
Mystery scooter.
Yeah. So Voro Motors has been putting out, different updates on their website. So they do have a link to their sign up page, I'm sure we have it in the video description. You can go, sign up so when it's going to come out. But there's, and there are actual photos of it, as you can see on the screen. So let me just go through the promises, and then we can talk about it. So the specs, like as much as we know it's supposed to have a 50-mile-per-hour top speed. It's supposed to have the same range as the Cruiser, which we got 50.3 miles actual range. So we'll see. I'm assuming that means the same battery. It's going to have Zoom hydraulic brakes, a dual steering damper. And adjustable suspension.
200.
We hit 200. Right on the dot. All right, well, let's play. I don't know. What's a good song to play?
I don't know.
How about this one? Wait, hold on. I got to dance. I got to dance for you guys. I've been working on this one.
And this. There we go. This is a magical moment right here.
That's enough of that. Hey, thanks you guys.
All the cringe.
That's a cringe moment. But I mean,
208 now. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, they like my dance.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for. It's
200.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so what were we talking about?
It's going to take a minute to get back from
someone
there.
take over the show.
So you were talking about the promises. Dual steering damper, or maybe a Ryan clone with suspension.
Yeah.
So that's really what it looks like. I mean, you look at the shape of it. It's kind of boat-like.
That
like
one image
Ryan
you can
is.
really kind of see.
And then also the little gooseneck that comes up. It has it's very similar angles on the back side of that neck there.
Well, and I want to point something out. So Voro Motors moved their headquarters to Los Angeles, which is also, I believe, where Ryan is.
Maybe they're
coincidence?
Maybe they're peeking
I
over
don't
the fence.
think so. No, I don't know.
Yeah, carbon fiber stem. Rumors of a carbon fiber frame. It sounds pretty exotic stuff.
Well, I also like that the rear, they did the lights on both sides, so they don't necessarily need to have that under deck lighting. You'll have lighting on both sides, right? But really, we just don't know that much.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are excited about it, and when we had Voro on the show, people wouldn't. Excuse me. Oh boy, too much soda and too much flossing. People were just like asking so many questions, and I don't know. I don't know what.
There's been very little. I mean, there's several updates, but they've all been like 3 or 4 words.
We did have a question from one of the first questions was, when will the Roadster come out? Right? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't think there's much on there. I mean, we can reach out to Melvin over at Voro Motors. He's been, he's great. He's been responsive, and I think it's cool they're working on it. Again, I'm assuming it's, if they don't make it by at least the middle of the summer, then they've missed the opportunity, because that's when the market heats up, is like, April, May, June, July, right? That's when things get going. So I would assume that there would be, if it doesn't come out by then, there's
they've changed their minds. If that happens. But I was gonna say, Mike, we were thinking earlier about pluses and minuses about some of these scooters, and the only minus I could come up with about this one is, like, you told us too early, because now we're gonna go nuts waiting for it.
That's exactly. Okay. Next up, let's talk about the Kaabo Wolf King.
Can't wait.
So details. Let me just go through the details on this. So we don't have a lot of details. Unfortunately, we do know the big thing is that it's going to have a 72-volt battery versus the 60, I believe. It's going to have gold trim. It's going to be only available from Voro Motors internationally, and Voro Motors is actually expanding internationally. I mean, a lot of these brands are. It's kind of it's interesting what's happening right now. The motors are going from 1,200 to 1,500 watts. But, who knows if it's the same motor, just pushing more watts, we don't know. That's really all we know, right? And I assume it's basically going to be faster and higher top speed.
What I'm gathering is, the numbers. I've seen different numbers on this, but I tend to believe the ones that say that the weight is unchanged, and the number of watt hours basically calculates out to be, almost exactly the same. And so to me, it sounds like the batteries have gone from, a few less in parallel, a few more in series. So you just bump up the voltage and end up with the same number of watt hours, but that lets you get more power out of the motors. And so, it sounds.
I mean, if they could make the
like
Wolf
fun.
Warrior more powerful, I mean, people will get that.
The only thing I'm a little bummed out about is, like, in the photos, the fenders look exactly the same as they were before, and it just felt like, especially with a scooter that's made to go nuts in the dirt and mud and whatever.
It's 87 degrees, right?
And so it actually can throw a little bit of water towards you if you get up to protection angle of 90 degrees or more. So, like, here's your tire, and here's your your fender. Then it's kind of throwing the water straight up. If you've got more than 90, it's throwing it away from you. If it's less than 90, the faster you go, the closer to you the water is going to get.
So it will get on you.
Yeah, but people,
basically,
and people extend those. It wouldn't be hard. 3 screws, a little piece of rubber, but it'd be nice.
It should be built in. I mean,
maybe people don't ride them in the water as much.
But we don't necessarily know, because we haven't seen the scooter yet.
I'm intrigued. But I think when
well, it's a big. We know it's Big Dog approved. What do you think, Ramier?
Of the biggest dog, I like that one a lot. That's always been my number one. And if they just found out how to make it better, I'm on board.
There you go.
I'm in love already.
I
love gold.
What if they made that stem a little taller? Would you like that, or would you not like that?
Probably. I don't know. I have to ride it, but when I ride the Wolf Warrior, I'm riding pretty fast. So I'm already. Yeah,
you already got the crunch on.
Yeah, I'm looking like a real speedster out there. Speed demon, speed racer.
Okay.
I like the shot of you in the 5 scooters for the rain, where the pant legs flapping in the wind. That's
me. Spoiler alert.
Looks like you're going.
I'm the red guy. I mean, the guy with the red coat. That's me on a Wolf Warrior.
Yeah, check out that rain video.
But I'm definitely looking forward to the 72-volt Wolf Warrior, though, because it's of all. I've been doing I did a bunch of stuff for the top, the 10 fastest scooters, and that included taking every fast scooter we have to top speed. And of the scooters that I've ridden, that was the easiest one to go fast on. Yeah. And so it's kind of maybe the only one that I thought I could go faster on comfortably. So that's a good one to bring up to 72 volts.
And it's just basically internationally, it's one of the most well-known, highest profile scooters,
And as we found out, people are very loyal to them, so you can't insult them. I mean, not the people, but you can't insult. If you insult the scooter, you're gonna hear about it.
Yes, you can.
Anyway,
well, you guys know what we're talking about. You scooters. All right, lastly, so let's talk about the Taur. So, I think we have photos. I don't know if we have the video, or I don't remember if we. Richie, we got photos or video on this one? Photos. Okay. So the Taur is, the story behind this scooter. And if you haven't seen the video, their Indiegogo actually has a very well-produced video, almost too well-produced. It makes me almost wonder, right? Because
what are they selling, the scooter or the company?
Yeah.
Super chat.
Yeah. And so.
Super chat.
Oh, Super Chat. What's going on here? Who is it?
You'll see.
Hold on.
It's David.
Oh, it's David. All right. We'll give David some love here.
Oh, wait. We have the other button for him.
What's it? Oh. Hold on. Yeah, we do have a button for David. Hold on. We got Super Chat from Mr. Vosk.
I was lip syncing.
Okay. Thank you, David Voss. David Voss, shout out. He says, best of luck to Apollo and Voro. Best of luck to the Phantom and Roadster. Should be the best release of the year. And then
Fire.
the 6 fires. David Voss loves fire. Okay. So, so the Taur. So back to the Taur.
So it was launched back in October, and when we first started hearing about it.
and it looks, it exists, right? There's videos of people riding, although there's videos of people riding the Rain too.
Yeah.
And that scooter has never been shipped.
Yeah, and it's a very finished looking scooter they're riding around too.
Yeah, it to me, maybe I'll go through the features real quick.
Ahead.
Okay, so features are so this is the biggest change, right? It's got footholds called platforms rather than a deck, but it does still look like it has somewhat of a deck, right? I think it still has a little teeny tiny deck. But it's got these footholds that kind of come out on the side of the deck. So you're actually trying to ride in, what do you say, parallel, right? Mm-hmm. Like side-by-side feet, which I typically do not recommend on most scooters because it just seems a little scary. There's thumb joystick controllers with 5-way functionality, but we don't know what they do yet. So maybe they can program something later. It's got an RGB ring display. It's got a 300 lumen LED headlight. So... there's some, right? It's a little bit. An 80 lumen brake light and a 100. So this is cool. There's a 100 lumen light that actually shines on your back, which I actually think is kind of a cool idea. Yeah. It makes you more visible, when you're riding at night. So that's kind of cool. It has an IP55 rating. It's going to weigh 34 pounds, 15.5 kilograms. It will have a 242-pound payload. So
no suspension.
Yeah. However, right, it doesn't say this, but you can obviously see that there's no suspension. However, it will have, I think it's a 12.5-inch Continental, right? Continental?
Yeah.
Which
Kevlar belted, they say.
Yeah, we have not seen that on an electric scooter. Bluetooth-enabled security lock, supposed top speed of 24 miles per hour, supposed range of 22 miles with a 2 to 3 hour charge time. Is the boosted rev ringing a bell with anyone else with these specs? Because I think that they had very similar claim to everything, which if you were to do surveying, that's what you would find. But with a 2 to 3 hour charge time, that makes me wonder how big the battery is.
Yeah. And I read somewhere that it was around 400 watt hours, which is also in the boosted rev sort of range. But the funny thing is they claim 22 miles, which is
a little out of the ordinary for that size of a battery. It's going to depend really on what the motor's putting out, right? Yeah. So I assume it's single. I think it's single. Watt. Oh, it's 500 watt. Okay. Yeah. So 500 watt single motor.
Front motor.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why don't they go with the rear motor?
There's so it doesn't wheelie, and I think this is real because if you look at some of the pictures we see where they're riding it around.
Oh, if you lean back with your feet like that,
and it's your feet are when I was first looking at it, I was like, oh, I don't like this because you can't get your weight far enough back when you're braking, and then I realized I looked at the photos and the ankles are actually lined up with the middle of the rear tire. I mean, like you're almost standing on the
foot
axle.
pedal. The foot pedals are with the rear. Okay.
Yeah, you're basically
your weight is already back.
You have a rear tire between your feet, and so you are standing further back.
You would. Yeah, that front would pop up, and even with a motor there, I think.
No, with front wheel drive.
I guess that motor is pretty somewhat heavy. You'd have to, do a little.
That's true if you give it a yank and then
little yank.
In the air. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know, man. That doesn't seem too big dog friendly to me.
It doesn't. It looks not. Well. You know what? Even on their models in the video, it actually looks like it doesn't look big. Let's just say that.
They actually don't. They say it's got they say that they make sort of a claim that sounds sort of big dog approved though. That's
oh yeah,
yeah. They specifically address it in the FAQs. I'll see if I can find
it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, so you
how
know,
it looks, you know.
I mean, I think what do you think, Ramier?
Here we go. I got it. 6'5" they claim.
6'5" what?
They say
takes riders up to
riders
6'5"?
from 5'2" to 6'5".
Okay.
What about weight?
it
And
says two. What is it? What was it? 242. It said 242. So it's borderline.
No, but COVID over 242 is easy for most people.
With COVID, yeah, that's right.
Already riding
That's
back
right.
there with the wheel.
I know, man. Jeez, making bread.
This.
Everybody's making their sourdough.
Yeah,
I made some yesterday. I'll bring it in.
But yeah,
that was good.
But I'm intrigued by the 12.5-inch wheels though.
Yeah,
that's Fido territory.
Yeah,
and so
I'm actually.
It is just.
I'm on the fence. I really want to ride it and see how the foot pedals do because I could.
Yeah.
I think it might be really fun.
Yeah.
And supposedly the inventor is one of the guys that worked on some of the original electric unicycles.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the flappy foot pedals make sense then. Coming from a unicycle.
As long as they don't, I guess if they don't crack off.
Yeah.
But if they don't crack off on unicycles,
that's true.
Maybe they're okay.
Yeah.
But what do the people think?
Yeah. So let's open up the polls. Let's see if there's any other questions. I don't think there's any other questions. Let's open up the poll. So basically, and maybe we'll each give our own, basically we were wondering what you guys think are the top, what are you most excited about out of these scooters? Which ones are are the ones that you're looking forward to the most? Richie's going to open up the MENTI poll, and we're going to, basically allow you guys to vote on it, and we're going to just kind of have a quick chat about what we think, kind of what we're looking forward to the most. So I don't know, who go first?
Paul.
Sounds like Paul's going first.
I'll go. I'm all excited. So I've got two answers. So the most interesting scooter, just because it's so freaking different, is the Taur. I mean, it's one of those ones where like. Is it real? Everywhere we're going to see it. But I just love that somebody going out on a limb this far. I mean, usually people do like one unusual thing. And this one, they've used like 5 unusual things. Yeah. And so I would just love to see something that different show up. Yeah. Weird things have worked out before. Porsche put the motor in the wrong place, and they've been doing it ever since, and it all worked out. And then for the scooter I'm most excited about, though, the EMOVE Roadster. I'm just dying to see what that's all about because it's like, is it a Orion that is less than $5,000 or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean it's not going to be Orion probably, but it's something if it can even approach some
of
that
maybe
level.
if they're sharing some technology and like some kind of a joint product venture.
Who knows?
Maybe. I mean that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ramier?
For me, I can't pick every single one because I kind of want to. Besides the Taur, maybe I'm not too enthused, but I guess. So personally, I don't try nothing. I don't try no things that are new. Like I do, I'm like that same type of guy. So for me, I'm gonna say the King Wolf Warrior. Because it's everything that I love but better. So, that's the one I'm looking out for.
Okay.
And and I'm excited about everything else though. The EMOVE, the Apollo. We have the Ghost. I'll talk about that next week. But I guess I'm excited about the Wolf Warrior. But everything else is intriguing as well. So I can't really call it.
That makes sense. Sometimes first generation scooters are, they got their issues. Although if it's from companies that have been kind of historically producing scooters little by little, we're finding that does work a little better. Yeah. But I mean, the tried and true, right? The Wolf Warrior getting better. Your number one favorite big dog approved scooter, right? I think that's right.
Yeah, it's number one.
Yeah, it's number one. So if that best one got better,
yeah,
that makes sense.
And it's a good move on their part, probably not messing with success. You've got something you don't want to have new Coke. You've got a product that's really, really good.
Soda.
And you get that loyalty, and you just don't want to mess with it. So.
But also they did a whole keynote on the new Apollo, so. That kind of got me on board.
Yeah, well, so that's actually mine. For me, I am interested in the Taur for the same reason you are, because it's different.
Yeah. And
we see a lot of the same in the electric scooter market. You guys probably, everybody sees the same scooters from thousands of different, not thousands, but it's like the innovation is in, this new company has this new white label scooter that's the same scooter that you've already seen this other company do. And it's just confusing, right? So it's cool that Taur is, making something new. And so I am intrigued about that. And I also am intrigued to see if it will be kind of road grade, right? Because we don't have a lot of scooters that are road grade. Oh, we got a super chat. Oh, we got another super chat. Zippity doo dah. Tormund again. Okay, so Tormund, I'm just gonna say, he paid knock 22. I don't know how that converts, but thank you. 110% EMOVE Roadster, full carbon, 50 miles per hour, 60 miles. That's what Tormund says. So hey, if that's right, if you can go 50 miles an hour for 60 miles, I don't believe the specs will support that. But if it's possible to even go 35 miles at 50 miles per hour, that would be kind of amazing. Full carbon, maybe you can do it. I don't know. I don't know if it's full carbon.
If I could just sneak that across the Bay Bridge every day on the way here, that'd be awesome.
So cool. Anyway, the scooter, I guess, besides the Taur that I'm most excited about is actually going to be the Phantom, right? And I'm excited about the Ghost for reasons because I think it fits into the market really well in terms of your kind of entry level people's champion, dual motor scooter because it's so good for that price. And I'm excited about the Wolf King, although I think it's for a bigger rider. I actually don't love that scooter. It kind of hurts my wrist because I don't have the Donald Trump hands, unfortunately. But the Roadster, there's just not enough to get me excited yet because right now it's just specs and I don't have a lot to go on. The Phantom, I've seen what they've done. I see how they are responding to their customers, right? And so basically, I think what I'm most excited about front headlight and really the stem. I like the display. I think everything's cool about it, but I really, really think that I would love to see the trend of more manufacturers going to a latching stem mechanism because the collar style ubiquitous stem wobble is the bane of so many scooters, and it doesn't need to be that way. It just it's such a simple thing that they should have already fixed. Apollo went and they did it.
Yeah.
So kudos to them.
Yeah, and I have to agree that the two scooters I think are most likely to have the biggest impact on the scooter market this year of the ones we talked about are the Ghost and the Phantom because those are the ones that they're going to happen and they're going to sell a lot of them and it shifts the whole the value battlefield gets a little shifted by both of those, so.
The Taur, even if it comes out, I don't, unless they get some deal somewhere, I don't really see that penetrating the market hugely in the U.S. It might be, I don't know. And by the time it gets here, it might be under some other company that stole their idea. You know what I mean? You just don't know. You don't know what it's going to be yet. Whereas I know the Ghost is real, right? The Ghost, right? The apparition is real. And everything leads me to believe that the Phantom will be real as well. Apollo wouldn't have put that much money and time into releasing it if it wasn't something that they actually really have.
For sure.
And the Roadster, I just really want to see something visible to get my juices flowing on that one because right now there's just not a lot to go on. There's not a lot to sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
Okay, what did the audience say? What do we got here?
43 foot. What's that?
Phantom.
So number one is with what is it, Richie? 43? 43%. Apollo Phantom, and then next up is the Roadster. Well, you can 23% Roadster, and then
King Wolf at 17.
King Wolf 17,
and then it looks like 10% for the Ghost.
And then Taur is nothing.
Realistically, and that's probably about the same odds that it actually comes out this year.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get the Taur.
Poor Taur.
I mean, I don't think people have heard about the Taur too much, but
I know their ads are I've been getting hit with those ads over and over.
Oh,
again.
are you?
Yeah.
Oh, my
I've been
ears
seeing them a lot.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, those are. Anyway. Thank you guys for joining me for the deep dive. As always, is a pleasure to hang out with you, Paul, and get your insight to all this stuff.
Every Tuesday night
Whoa, we're starting
ESG
all over again.
Where scooters outnumber humans by 10 to 1.
We're gonna start this whole show over again.
Sorry about that. Okay, so let's get to the next part of the show, which is the news section, right? Hold on, let me just find my notes here. Oh, we got a commercial break, so we can just take a breath. And that is Commercial break sponsored by our website, ESG. Check it out. Updated database, which adds water resistance ratings and scooter dimensions, all sortable and filterable and available in metric and imperial. Updated performance data of over 40 top electric scooters, including range and acceleration. The results of the world's largest electric scooter survey, showing you the top 13 electric scooters as voted by actual riders. Extensive reviews of over 43 electric scooters. The world's largest collection of updated and exclusive coupon codes to save you some cash. A new group ride finder local to your area. Check it out at electric-scooter.guide.
Dun, 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 dun.
Da, da,
Bad
da.
day.
Da, 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 da.
Ha. Okay.
All
News.
right.
Go up. Chuck, your first.
Okay, Micromobility World News is happening starting tomorrow. I'm a fanboy, to be honest. Horst Deju and Oliver Bruce and all those guys. They're who I get a lot of my information from. They're really more on the sharing side, but like they kind of dabble into the own side of micromobility. They're having the world, the Micromobility World, expo, whatnot. It's all virtual, but it starts tomorrow and it's free actually if you just want to, watch the stuff. And I think you can pay if you want to interact and meet people. And I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I'll be there as much as I can. Although we'll be working on the Ghost review a lot tomorrow too. But there's some keynotes that I definitely want to hit. And actually the tour guy is actually speaking at it.
Oh, wow.
So there you go.
Uh-oh. Don't watch this show.
Oh, no.
I mean, the thing is, well, we don't need to get into it. It's, it's fine. Okay.
All right, next up, Segway releases new self-balancing scooter with a steering wheel. It looks quite familiar.
It's like Back to the Future.
Look at the Segway.
Yeah, so didn't Segway start with this scooter?
Yeah, it's dubbed as the 9bot S Max. Has a hoverboard parallel wheel design.
I like this video right here of the steering wheel, but it's not really a wheel. I mean, it doesn't turn. I mean, it just looks like a plastic that's in the shape of a wheel, right?
It's $849 and it goes 12 miles an hour.
What? It goes 12 miles an hour?
12.4.
Maybe that's because they know everybody's going to ride it on sidewalks. They don't want to get hurting people with it.
I think so. Anyway, Back to the Future with Segway. Next up, we've got a 16-year-old BMX rider from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Don't ask me how I know Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Brett the Hitman Hart. Sets the world record for longest wheelie. AKA a manual. I didn't know it was also called a manual.
Manual.
Balance.
I think he must mean a balanced, non-pedaling wheelie.
Oh, okay. I thought it was always called a wheelie. So this kid basically does a wheelie, but for the new world record being 21.27 feet or 648 meters. And while we were watching this, trying to be like, well, that's not that long. I've seen people do wheelies for blocks and blocks, like anybody, right?
Yeah, you drive in Oakland, you see them while you're trying to drive.
Yeah, the whole is like everybody's doing wheelies in Oakland. Anyway, the deal is that he did a wheelie without pedaling.
Yeah.
So that's much harder. So if you check out that video, you can see that.
Pretty cool. Okay. Drills Wheels is
Drill Wheels.
Drill Wheels.
This one came out of left field.
Is a Kickstarter campaign for a bicycle powered by a hand drill. Do we want to play the video or?
Play a second of it. Play a second of it. Well, I mean, it's cool. You can't really see it until you see the video.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on in this video.
No, you can see if you look at it up close, you can kind of see like in between her feet there, you got a DeWalt. Mm-hmm. I think is a DeWalt drill, and it's powering the bike.
I just picture her like hitting the road here. Like, look, she's going off. I'm running away from home. See you, Dad.
I know, that's what I'm saying. She's running away from home, Dad. And then you're like, wait, where's my drill?
I got 18 volts of freedom right here.
Exactly. Anyway, there's lots of jokes that you can make about that, but they're trying.
Cool.
And the best thing about it is they're trying to raise the whopping total of $13,000 for this scooter. And so far, they're at $91. So if we maybe we'll check in next week and see if get up. I'd love to, it's cool. All right. Industry news. Voro Motors announced that the 72-volt Kaabo Wolf King Gold Edition is now open for reservations. It's $100 and you can reserve it on their website. We have a link to that in the description.
And it's a smoking price too. I don't know if you saw it, $29.99 for the 72 volt.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, we love our Facebook community, and now it's time for the Facebook
giveaway.
Okay, so shout out to Apollo for sponsoring this right here. There it is. Yeah, shout out to Apollo. You got. I mean, it's always nice to have these. Our like the resellers. The brands like Apollo. Always giving back to the community. Always hooking you guys up. So this is a really cool pump. I wish I had one. It's awesome. And it goes 150 pounds of pressure. Wow. So you could like pump up your car tires. You wouldn't be there like me with Vienna's car just pumping for like 20 minutes before she goes to work when she used to go to work.
This is one where the picture of it looks kind of like a bike lock, but it's an electric pump for your scooter. It's cool stuff.
What are you saying, Ramier?
I was saying pump it up. Pump the tire. Pump it up. Pump it. You about to win. So you guys know how it goes.
All right. How do we
Chuck
do this?
takes the die. Whatever he rolls, hopefully not a 6
Not a
again.
6. If it's a 6, I'm out of here.
And then we'll put it in a randomizer, and the person who's on top on the last row is the winner. Okay, Chuck, go ahead.
You ready for this?
Go for it.
No 6. Everybody just say no 6.
No, that'd be 3 people saying 6.
Okay, here we go. Whoa. Oh, it's off the Ouija table. And
it's a 1. It's a 1.
It's a 1. Everybody relax. It's a 1.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. It's
All
a 1.
Right. So, we're going to do this randomizer one time.
One time.
So,
that's
good
it.
luck, everybody out there.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Number 1.
And the winner is
Luis Chewy Martinez.
Luis Chewy Martinez.
You are the winner, Luis Chewy Martinez.
Hey,
come on down.
I think he's won.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a photo contest or something before.
Yeah. I think it's cool, man. A lot of people post that they like never win anything, right? And then all of a sudden they win this, and they're like just so happy that they like won something for once. And it's like it's cool, man. I think it's cool. It's feel good, right? Luis, congratulations. Mr. David Voss will get in touch with you to get the. To get you that, and big shout out to Apollo. Shipping is worldwide, so even if you're in the Philippines or Abu Dhabi, I guess you can still get this. So big shout out, thank you, Apollo, Chris and Mac over there. Goodness sakes, guys, we had a great show tonight, didn't we? I mean, a lot of people. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for getting here to the end with us.
That flew by.
Yeah,
that went by really fast.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time since last summer I think we scored over 200 viewers, which is like kind of nuts.
I just calculated the guy with the drill Kickstarter. He's got enough to buy one drill.
Maybe that's all he needs. That's the same drill. I have that. I have the DeWalt. It's such a good drill.
Maybe not with the batteries though.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, stay tuned. Next week we've got the Apollo Ghost review. You're gonna not want to miss that one.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good. And I think that's it, guys. So hey, stay safe out there. Check out the scooter in the rain. And if you're gonna be in the rain or on a scooter, just make sure you're wearing a helmet. If I can leave you with one thing, that's the only thing I'm gonna leave you with. Just ride safe, wear your helmet. We're out of here.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.